Marilyn Devonish here, and just a quick one to let you know that this is your warning, early warning, that we'll be going live with Tarot Tuesday very soon. I am just having a cup of tea and cake, and this was one of the first posts that I woke up to this morning. It was from someone in my membership group, and it says, "Okay, I'm ready, Tarot Tuesday, bring it on." And so we will be going live very, very soon, and I'll be doing the kind of readings for anyone who wants one. Just as a reminder, we're going to be using the Banksy deck, and so that is the brand new tarot deck that I've been given, which is just, well, if you saw the Facebook Live a couple of weeks ago, where I used them for the very first time, and basically it turned into a mediumship session. Actually, let me see if I can, because I blogged about it today, so I put the blog out today. Oh, here it is. Andy. Right, so what I'll do is I'll copy the blog in. Let's see, is that the right one? And basically what happened is I decided to test out the new cards before I used them for Tarot Tuesday, which I do every single month. And someone from America just volunteered and says, yes, you know, I'm in, I'll do the reading. I don't particularly know her, I don't know what's going on in her life, but very quick, you know, sort of as we got into it, I heard a voice talking in a very specific way, a sort of way that I don't normally speak. And was kind of using very specific language as well, which, so I just relayed what I had heard. And in the end, I just had to say to her, "Who calls you baby?" Because it was just so clear. And I said, it sounds like a patriarchal voice, like a great aunt on or a grandmother. And she put in the conversation thread, my granny Gracie used to call me baby. And I just had goosebumps. So the cards are very, very different if you haven't seen them. They're by the artist Banksy. So this is what they look like on the back, one of his very iconic images. Let's go that way. The girl with a balloon. And then the cards themselves, because Banksy is very controversial, are just kind of pretty out there. Just show you a few of them, just so you get a sense of kind of where we're at. The Knight of Dirt is a policeman, looks like a policeman sniffing cocaine. Oh, relevant, the USA voting today. So what I'm going to be doing, the way that Tarot Tuesday works, I do it every single month, have been doing it now for the past 2 years. We do it as a Facebook Live, and I do a reading for anyone who would like an individual reading. Now, if you can see behind me, I've got probably about 20 different tarot decks, and so people will choose, do they want something from the romance deck, life purpose, goddess cards, you know, past romance, you name it, there's a deck for it. And then the full light deck, which is a lot of people's favorites, is the Archangel Power Tarot deck. It's one of my favorite decks as well. And so I give people a choice, you know, do you want Raphael and health? Where are you at? What's going on in your life? Today, however, if you are up for it, I'm going to use the Banksy deck. What I also did with the reading that I did with Frantonia a couple of weeks ago when I was testing the cards out, is I also pulled a couple of cards from the Archangel Power deck as well, because I wanted to see if there was resonance between the questions I was asking and what was coming from the cards. So I pulled 2 cards after I did the first reading. I pulled 2 cards from the Banksy deck and 2 cards from the Archangel Power deck. And the first 2 cards basically said exactly the same thing, just with different images. And that you will know if you've done Tarot Tuesday, that regardless of which deck I use, which is why it's in a way kind of irrelevant, if there's a message for you, it will come through loud and clear. Lisa Howell says, woohoo, I'm just about to head home, so I'll watch it when I get there. And Lisa, I'm literally, when I say I'm having tea and cake, I'm having tea and I am having cake. The first mince pie of this, well, but my second mince pie of the season, let's be honest. So I'm going to have my tea and I'm going to have my cake. And then once I've had my tea and cake, we will go live. And so what I'll do, Lisa, is I'll maybe put you to the end of the stack. I've no idea how many readings I'm doing today. Sometimes 5, sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 20. I haven't even looked yet. So when I head on over to the page, I will have a look at the thread, because what happens is I'll pick it. So this is the card from last month. And so every month there's kind of, you know, I pick an overall card to just get things moving. And then I do individual readings for people via Facebook Live. So if you are joining us, this is your early warning. And if you're all right for me to use the Banksy deck and have a little play, these were a present from the fabulous Kate Thomas from Angeli Jory. Here's my little, well, not little, it's quite big. My Archangel Michael pendant, that's from Kate as well. So she sells those pendants on her website and does them for all of the archangels. So they're all different colors, they're all different styles, and they're just wonderful. And so Kate got me this wonderful deck, and mine is number 28 of 100, which I'm delighted about as well. That's lovely. And these are from Colin Robertson. So it's called the Ursa Tarot if you're interested. As I said, they're really different. So if you didn't see the Facebook Live that I did with Frantonia, check the conversation thread on this video, because I've posted a link to the blog. I've also done a transcript of some of what unfolded in terms of what I was saying, and then what Frantonia was coming back with in terms of her response. So for example, I picked a Banksy card that looked like a burning tower, and I was talking about kind of, you know, write and burn and releasing and burn. And she said, oh my God, I've just started journaling about burning the past. There was another one about being your authentic self and all the rest of it, and she said, oh my God, that's exactly what I'm working on. And so you can see her transcript. I've copied it into the blog, so if you haven't got time to watch the video, I think it's about 34 minutes, but if you haven't got time to watch the video, at least go and have a read of the blog, because I've done a transcript of just some of the conversation as well, so you get a flavor of what's going on. And also, yes, Granny Gracie, I did do it. I also wrote the piece about the mediumship, because while I was doing the reading, once I knew, you know, because as that person was standing right there and just talking to me, I could hear them that clearly. And then once Granny and I had got part way through, she says to me, you know, you're a medium. You've been told that a lot of times before. You should be doing this. I'm like, I don't think so. But actually, so the first time somebody told me that, I was about 19 years old. And then a few years ago, I did a sitting with the TV medium, Tony Stockwell, and first thing he said is that, oh, I get you're a trance medium. I don't know what you do, I don't know who you are, but it feels like you work as a trance medium. And I was like, oh God, here we go again. And so Granny Gracie bringing it up for like the I've got goosebumps now, thanks Gran. So Granny Gracie bringing it up for the umpteenth time. I'm like, okay. So I've put a little bit of the transcript from Tony Stockwell in that blog as well. So the blog is, you know, the website is www.marilyndevonish.com. But if you just look in the conversation thread here, I've just posted the link to it. So, you know, go and have a read. You might find it interesting, particularly if you're interested in mediumship and that sort of stuff, which I'm still rolling my eyes at, I will admit, but it was quite thing. Kay says, I'm so excited about the Banksy card readings, but I'm about to go offline with a client. Can you leave me towards the end too? Absolutely, yeah. So I'm gonna sip my tea, gonna eat my mince pie, gonna shuffle the Banksy cards, and then I'll be heading on over to the membership group page where we do the Tarot Tuesday readings via Facebook Live. If you're not a member and would like a free reading, you know, all you have to do is join the group. It's Marilyn's membership group .eventbrite.com, and outside of that you can always purchase a reading via my website, which is www.transformationstm.com/angel tarot card readings. I can drop that into the thread. I'll drop that into the conversation thread as well after this video. Kind of, you can do that. But yeah, the readings in the membership group are free every single month, but you can purchase them as well from my website if you're not a member, benefiting from the monthly fun and games. And it's one of 7 themes. We've got Motivation Monday, which is something, you know, at the beginning of the month to get you inspired. Tarot Tuesday, which is today. We've got Wisdom Wednesday, which is kind of delving back in terms of wisdom through the ages. So everything like Socrates and Aristotle and Abraham Maslow. Some of them are old. Some of them are, you know, just old school. But I think, you know, there's no point reinventing the wheel when there's some perfectly good wisdom out there that we could be bringing into everyday life. We've got Think Tank Thursday, which is like a management consultancy session where you can come, again, it's Facebook Live, you can ask anything you want. Focus Friday, which comes at the end of the month to help you get focused. Oh, by the way, if you haven't been onto the membership group website, if you haven't been into the Facebook group for the last couple of days, I've created a bespoke MP3 for Focus Friday, which is, I've called it Stop and Take Stock and Plan. And so it's a 12-step guided meditation process. So just head into the membership group, and I've put a link in there where you can download the MP3. And I've done 2 versions. One version where it's just the guided process, And then the second version, I've actually put music to it as well, because I know sometimes people like a bit of a musical interlude in between the pieces once you've had the next instruction. So those are both in the membership group on the Facebook page, plus I've uploaded them to the website, the Kyvio website, membership website, so that's there as well. We have Sharing Saturday, which is just a combination of stuff, everything from webinars, teleseminars. Once a year I run a free one-day workshop so the members can get together and actually be together in person, which is always fantastically good fun. And then we round off also with Soul Food Sunday, which is something to touch the soul. And we've had some really lovely pieces in there as well. So Victoria says, oh, I'm too late to ask for a reading. Been off, sorry. They were incredible ones in their day, as in Banksy. No, you're not too late, Victoria. I'm just about to have my tea and my mince pie. And then once I've had my tea and my mince pie, I'm going to be heading into the membership group and I will start the Tarot Tuesday reading. So you are not too late. I will put you on the list. And that means Kay and Lisa, you've got a little bit more time to get home now because we've got another person. So for those of you who replied to the thread and those of you who replied to the reminder thread, which did make me giggle this morning because I fell for it a couple of times, but there was particularly one time. So as I said, I woke up to this message this morning on my news feed saying, okay, I'm ready, Tarot Tuesday, bring it on. And a couple of times the group actually sort of, I don't know how they did it, some sort of group hypnosis where they actually tricked me into doing like 2 or 3 Tarot Tuesdays in like succession. So yeah, but we're nearly there, almost time for Tarot Tuesday. And we'll see what it has in store for this month, which I'm very excited about. What I might do, I haven't done one for a while because I did them for about 2 years every single month. I did the Huna and Access Consciousness and kind of Angel Tarot teleseminars and webinars. But this year I just decided to kind of just have a break from everything. And just see kind of what still resonated and what did I actually want to do. But what I will probably do for the end of this year, so a kind of a year end, beginning of year reading, I'll probably do another one of the big clearing calls. So if you're on my e-newsletter list, look out for that. And with that one I can do probably up to about 8 readings. I think any more than 8 and it just gets a bit unwieldy because everybody's obviously got a list where you don't have to, you can hear your reading and go. But yeah, and the way that works is I do an individual reading for anyone who would like one. Then what I do is a Huna clearing after I've done the reading in terms of what it might have brought up. And then I do because people either have the option of booking for an individual reading or they can have a group reading, and the group means I'm not going to pull a card for you individually, I'm not going to do any individual Huna, but of course you get to sit in on the energy clearing throughout the whole call. And so I may do another one of those at the end of this year. So keep a lookout for that. Hi Sheena. Sheena says, oh, have I missed my slot? No, you haven't, because I haven't done the readings yet. So you're in. And so what I'm going to do is I'll head over to the membership group once I've had my probably cold tea now. I do talk too much sometimes. Yeah, it's a bit lukewarm. So once I've heated up my tea, thrown some hot water in it and had my mince pie, I will be heading over to the membership group to do the reading. So you're just in time, Sheena, perfect timing. And Sheena, I've got a new deck, which is these ones here from the artist Banksy. They're really different to our usual decks, but I had a play with them a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen the video or you want to read the blog, the link to it is in this thread. But let me know, actually, Victoria and Kay as well, let me know if you're okay with me using the Banksy deck. If I feel so inclined, I might use the Banksy deck, and then I might also grab that now while I have it to hand. So what I might do is also pull just a couple of, comparison cards from the Archangel Power. But if you're up for it, I'll use the Banksy deck for this month and let's see how we go. Cool. Well, you have about cake, tea. I'm going to say you have about 10 to 15 minutes before we head over to the membership group. I'll see how many readings I'm doing today. I'll write my little list just so I can keep tabs and make a note of whose card is what. in terms of the order that they come. My camera is ready to photograph said cards. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. So I will see you very, very shortly. If you want a Tarot Tuesday reading, and just let me know. If you prefer another deck, just say so. But if you're like, cool, that's all right, then I'll use the Banksy deck, and I'll see, you know, how we go with those. And for those of you who are just joining us, if you wanted to get an example of how the readings go and the weird mediumship thing that happened the other day when I first tested out these cards, the link to the blog is in the conversation thread of this video. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll add it to the comments as well. So just look underneath the video, and the link to the blog will be there, so you can at least read what happened. And if you want to, I've actually embedded the video for the whole reading as well. Cool. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you very shortly after my tea and cake. So Marilyn Devonish from transformationstm.com, over and out, and I will catch you later. Bye bye.